and I mean that with all due respect, my whole world is going to be focused on him. This is the biggest opportunity in my life to beat the heavyweight GOAT, and I'm going to give it everything I got. Heavier than me right now. You know, his head's already in the wrong spot if he thinks weightlifting is going to beat me. He'll never be younger than he is right now. He'll never be faster.
I had a meeting with Dana, and he literally walked into the room and said, "It's happening." And I said, "Well, he's going to want loads of money." And he said, "I know, but it's happening. It's going to be the biggest fight in UFC history."
Well, I think that, listen, John Jones definitely wants to fight. Just when and where is what we're working on now.
Do you feel confidence? I think you said John.
I'm very confident
summer on first
that fight happens. Yeah.
Summer.
Yeah.
John Jones has responded to Tom Aspinall's call-out, agreeing to a showdown that has fans buzzing. The fight promises to be an epic clash between Jones, the seasoned former champ, and Aspinall, the rising heavyweight star. No doubt the stage is set for an unforgettable battle. Tom Aspinall has been calling out John Jones for a while, but Jones's hesitation sparked doubts about his best ever status. Aspinall even claimed Jones was avoiding the fight out of fear, increasing tension and leaving fans wondering if the showdown will ever happen.
Is John Jones scared to fight you?
Yes. John is conning the public. The fact that he didn't want to fight Ngannou for 3 years, and now he's not wanting to fight me for over a year.
Is that fight happening?
The UFC are saying that it's going to happen. I think it's down to him and Dana.
Dana loves John Jones.
He's trying to grease up his ego a little bit. I think he's one of the best fighters ever. Definitely top 3. That's debatable when you start putting in about drug tests and stuff like that, I think.
Damn. What drug are you talking about specifically?
Yeah.
The problem was that John Jones dismissed Tom Aspinall as a real contender, citing his lack of wins over champions. In response, Aspinall confidently claimed that Jones is avoiding the fight, fearing the risk to his legacy.
And of course, it's been pretty interesting, all the stuff that John Jones has been saying to the media this week, and I'm sure there's more to come, but check out these.
You're beating guys who aren't even champions, and you consider yourself a champion. He's not a champion.
So John said I need to fight more champions, but this is the problem I've got. John is the champion, and he won't fight me. And he says that he won't fight me because it's too much of a gamble.
Aspinall to me is no different than an Owen St. Prude or Dominic Reyes or Anthony Smith, like just another up-and-comer that's exciting right now. And I'm not into gambling my legacy for what's exciting.
And John, if you're not into gambling your legacy, that to me sounds like you're scared of losing against me.
Moreover, John Jones called Tom Aspinall annoying and stated he doesn't like him despite the entertainment value for fans. He said if he is fighting Aspinall, he expects a big payday, emphasizing that his life is fine without the fight, but Aspinall needs him, giving Jones leverage in negotiations.
He's annoying to me. He's annoying to me, and that's my own personal, he annoys me. I get to you guys, you find it entertaining, but I find him annoying, and I just don't like him. And at the end of the day, if I give him the opportunity to fight me, I want to be so compensated. I want to say it, I want that money, honestly, and that's just what it is. That's just what it is. Or else, my life is perfect without him. I don't need him at all, and he needs me. And that's a good place to be in a negotiation.
Dana White also confirmed that the fight between John Jones and Tom Aspinall is definitely happening, with the details, like timing and location, still being worked out. He expressed confidence that the fight will take place, likely in the summer. Aspinall had earlier stated in a video blog that John Jones' side was holding up the fight, but Dana reassured fans that the bout is on track.
Well, I think that, listen, John Jones definitely wants to fight. Just when and where is what we're working on now.
Do you feel confidence? I think you said John.
I'm very confident
summer on first
that fight happens. Yeah.
Summer.
Yeah.
In another interview, Tom Aspinall recalled that when Dana White confirmed the fight with John Jones was happening, he expected Jones to ask for a huge payday. However, Aspinall emphasized that while money matters, his main goal is unifying the belts. He believes there should only be one true champion in the heavyweight division, and he sees himself as the number one.
And he literally walked into the room and said, "It's happening." And I said, "Well, he's going to want loads of money. I know, but it's happening." And he said, "It's going to be the biggest fight in UFC history." No,
how much would you get for that fight?
I don't really care about money at this point. I mean, obviously, I've got got a family. I want to make as much money as I can. But to me, what's more important is unifying the belts. Usually, you have one champion, one face, one name of every division. Now, in the heavyweight division right now, there's two. I don't want there to be two because I feel like I'm the number one.
Moreover, Joe Rogan praised Jon Jones for his dominance, highlighting his ability to take down elite fighters like Daniel Cormier. He credited Jones's success to not just his physical skills, but also his fierce competitive mindset, using strategy and intelligence to dismantle opponents without taking unnecessary punishment.
Jon dominates everybody. He took down Daniel Cormier. Daniel Cormier is an Olympic wrestler. I mean, he's a phenomenal wrestler. And Jon took him down. And took him down multiple times. He's a different dude, man. Yeah. This is what we're talking about, like with genetics, right? There's some guys, they're just blessed. And then with Jon, it's blessed and his mind. It's not just, it's his personality, his like ruthless competitiveness. It's like he's not going to lose. He's going to find a way to get you. And he's going to do it clever. He's not trying to take a bunch of punishment and to stand and bang. He's not going to point the center of the octagon. Let's go right here. We'll stand right here. Never going to happen with Jon Jones. You're not getting none of that, son. You're getting knees to the gut. You're getting your knees kicked. You're getting just laced up with elbows where your head's bleeding. He's going to slowly dismantle you and find a way to submit you or punish you, beat you to death on the ground.
Rogan also acknowledged the challenge posed by Tom Aspinall, describing him as a freak in the heavyweight division. He noted Aspinall's exceptional speed, which sets him apart from other heavyweights like Francis Ngannou. Rogan emphasized that Aspinall's agility and size make him a unique threat to Jones.
Can he do that with a guy like Aspinall, who's a legit 255-pound natural who moves like he's 80 pounds lighter? He's a freak, man. Yeah. Aspinall's a freak. Like, I've seen a lot of heavyweight, even Francis, who's like the greatest, scariest power striker I've ever seen in the heavyweight division. No one's scarier than Francis. Francis does not move like Tom Aspinall. Tom Aspinall is significantly faster than every other heavyweight. That's a real problem.
Paddy Pimblett believes the Jon Jones versus Tom Aspinall fight has to happen. While he's friends with Aspinall and wants him to win, Pimblett can't pick against Jones, praising his unbeatable fight IQ and ability to craft the perfect game plan for any opponent.
Do you think the Aspinall-Jones fight happens?
It's got to happen. I was sitting next to Tom the other week at the UFC in London and talking to him about it.
How do you think that plays out if they fight?
I'll be honest, Tom's a friend. I love Tom. He's one of the coolest dudes in the whole of MMA. Even though Jones is getting old, I just can't pick against Jon Jones. The one thing I do think Jon Jones has got the best in the world and the best ever is his fight IQ. He has a perfect game plan to beat that person. As much as I love Tom and I want Tom to win, I couldn't pick against Jon Jones. It's just something I couldn't do.
Dricus du Plessis acknowledged Tom Aspinall's youth and hunger, while noting Jon Jones is nearing the end of his career. He expressed a desire to see Jones retire unbeaten and Aspinall rise as the next big thing. However, du Plessis recognized Jones's warrior mindset and ability to make difficult fights look easy, reaffirming his status as the greatest of all time.
Aspinall is young, he's hungry. You have Jones, who is definitely at the end of his career, what's he, 38 years old? I don't need to see this because he's never been beaten. I want Jon Jones to retire unbeaten, and I want him to retire and Aspinall goes on to be the next big thing. But Jon Jones, being the warrior that is, he says, pay me enough and I'm doing it. Aspinall wants it, and one of them has to lose that fight. And that's the one thing, you look at it and go, Aspinall's probably going to win. But then, if you ask me that, I say, no. We've said that so many times with Jon Jones, and it makes it look easy. He is the greatest of all time, for sure.
Kamaru Usman believes Tom Aspinall is the most dangerous heavyweight and the biggest challenge to Jon Jones's reign, but advised Jones to secure his finances before taking such a risky fight.
You hit the nail on the head. I do think Tom Aspinall is the most dangerous heavyweight right now. 100% the biggest threat to pry that belt away from Jon Jones. But Jon has got to get that back.
Francis Ngannou noted that Aspinall needs the fight to prove himself, while Jones stands to gain mostly financially. He also suggested that Aspinall's wrestling and ground game make him a much tougher challenge than Alex Pereira.
He keeps saying he doesn't want Aspinall.
Aspinall need that fight. I don't need it. When you look at it, pretty much true. There's nothing that he's going to make winning that fight if it's not money. But for Aspinall, that will be everything.
Would you rather see him face Aspinall or would you rather see him face Pereira?
Aspinall will be a more challenging fight because Aspinall respond to a ground game better than Pereira. Aspinall will respond better in wrestling than Pereira. He can do whatever he wants.
Demetrius Johnson praised Tom Aspinall's skill, but believed John Jones would easily defeat him. He preferred seeing Jones face Aspinall over Alex Pereira, noting Jones would likely dominate. Johnson suggested Aspinall's $30 million demand might be delaying the fight.
John Jones will smoke Tom Aspinall.
I don't know, man.
Man, he'll smoke Tom Aspinall.
Tom Aspinall is athletic. I think Tom Aspinall will try to take the fight to John Jones. And it'll be interesting to see. Like, I'd rather see that fight over Alex Pereira.
Yeah,
that's just my opinion.
I agree.
Like,
I would like to see that fight over Alex, but come on, man. Aspinall is a great fighter.
Yep.
He's a good champion.
Aspinall.
Yeah, that's what I said. John Jones will smoke Aspinall.
Yeah.
Smoke him.
I can't wait to see. I hope it happens. That's the fight that needs to happen. I think Tom Aspinall versus John Jones needs to happen.
Why do you think there's so much friction there? Why do you think it's not happening? Why? Because we see so much.
I think John
on the
Jones
internet.
said he wants $30 million.
Brendan Schaub and Brian Callen agreed that John Jones's request for 6 months of preparation for Tom Aspinall was reasonable. Schaub saw Aspinall as the underdog, while Brian favored Jones, predicting he'd be a slight underdog at plus 120 due to his jiu-jitsu skills.
Yeah, it came out John Jones wants 6 months to prepare for Aspinall.
I think that's fair. What do you feel about that?
It makes sense.
Where do you put your money?
I would not have bet against John, but I do think he should be an underdog in that fight.
Damn.
Aspinall's young in his prime.
So
John
big, too.
didn't look great, I don't think, against Stipe. Didn't look great against Cyril Gane.
Yeah.
We don't know. There's so many question marks on John. You know, my money would probably be on Aspinall, but John's the greatest to ever do it. So you don't want to count him out. I would say John should be like a plus 120 because there's question marks.
Aspinall's a big boy.
And very, very skilled.
And
But he has some holes. His defense is a little.
Well, he's also got holes in. If John grabs that black belt in jiu-jitsu is all good, but if John grabs him, puts him on his back, that's a possibility too.
Oh yeah, that's probably his best bet because he's not going to knock him out.
Frank Mir recognized Tom Aspinall as a dangerous threat to John Jones, but still favored Jones due to his superior wrestling. He believed Jones could neutralize Aspinall's jiu-jitsu with ground control and ground and pound. Mir added that even if Jones won, it wouldn't impact his legacy, as he's already considered one of the greatest of all time.
I think Tom might have the best chance of anybody to beat John right now. But that being said, I still think John wins the fight just because of his wrestling. I think he puts Tom on his back and is able to nullify his jiu-jitsu from being in top position with his elbows and control. What does John win to take that fight? He goes out there and beats Tom. Is it really going to make or break his career? I don't think anybody gives a shit.
Sean O'Malley acknowledged John Jones as one of the greatest, but warned that a loss to Tom Aspinall could lead some to claim Jones was past his prime, potentially damaging his legacy.
Tom Aspinall? God damn. It's like you risk going down as no matter what, you don't have to fight again. Greatest of all time, people will say that. You're the greatest of all time, greatest of all time, John Jones. Or you risk it, go fight Tom Aspinall, possibly lose, and then it's like, he was the greatest. Then they're saying, yeah, but he wasn't in his prime.
Israel Adesanya noted that John Jones and Tom Aspinall are similar in size, with Aspinall being slightly taller but thicker. While recognizing Aspinall's speed as a threat, he emphasized Jones's superior grappling. Adesanya concluded that without the fight, there will be no clear answer on who would win.
But he's the same height as me, if not an inch taller, but thick. Yeah. And I was like, you're a lot thicker than I would expect. Yeah. And the speed, that's the thing that I'm like, okay, that's the danger. But again, grappling, he's a black belt, but John is, it's different. Yeah. But I don't know, man. They got to fight. But if they don't ever fight, we'll never know.
Stipe Miocic stressed that Tom Aspinall must be patient in his approach. He pointed out that John Jones excels at capitalizing on opponents' errors and cautioned against being too aggressive. Miocic recommended that Aspinall stay disciplined, carefully waiting for the right moments, as facing a veteran like Jones requires a well-thought-out strategy.
Get booked with him and John Jones. What's the best advice you'd give Tom Aspinall?
Don't do what I did.
Avoid the liver shot.
Yeah, I mean, what are you gonna do? But I think Tommy, that guy, he's super tough and he hits hard. He moves well. He's a big man. I think that he stays calm on the situation, and whatever happens, he just stays calm. I think he'll be fine. He pitches shots. He's smart what he does, and I think he'll do fine.
Rampage Jackson called John Jones the greatest of all time in his book and one of the top fighters in the sport. After watching Tom Aspinall fight for the first time, Jackson acknowledged Aspinall as a great fighter and solid champion. However, he stated it would be difficult for him to ever say someone could beat Jones until it actually happens.
Jones versus Tom Aspinall. No, John Jones is a GOAT in my book. You know, he's one of the best. And I recently saw Aspinall fight for the first time recently. And he's a great fighter, and he's a great champion. But I think it'll be tough for me to ever say that anybody will beat John Jones until it happens.
Aljamain Sterling found the potential fight between John Jones and Tom Aspinall intriguing, but noted it would be hard to bet against Jones. He highlighted Jones's mindset and fight approach as key advantages. While recognizing Aspinall's physical talents, Sterling emphasized that if Jones takes Aspinall to the ground, it could be a tough night for him.
It's a very intriguing fight. If I had to put money on it, it'd be super hard for me to bet against a guy like Jones, just because I know the mindset that he comes in with. Not saying Aspinall couldn't get it done because of all those physical gifts that he has. Dog, betting against a guy like that, who, if he gets you on the ground, that's just a bad night.
Curtis Blades expressed that he would favor Tom Aspinall in a fight against John Jones, giving him a 55% chance to win. However, he acknowledged that it wouldn't be an easy fight, recognizing Jones as a legend with all the necessary skills and experience to pose a significant challenge.
I think Aspinall beats him.
Yeah, I would pick him. Like, I would go 55% him. Obviously, it's not gonna be a landslide. Like, we're going against John Jones. He's a legend. You got all the weapons.
Jamahal Hill stated that John Jones has always risen to any challenge and believes a fight with Tom Aspinall would be one of his toughest. He sees it as a good fight, but it depends on whether Jones wants to challenge himself.
John Jones has taught us anything, you can never count him out. You never count him out no matter what the challenge is, no matter what. He's always risen to the occasion and risen to that challenge and perform exponentially. So I think that it'll be a good fight. I believe it'll be a good fight. I believe it'll probably be one of the harder fights and harder challenges that John has had in his career. So, I mean, it's all about if he wants to challenge himself like that or not.
Chase Hooper acknowledged that John Jones may be nearing the end of his career, but still believes he'll get the job done. He thinks Jones will likely deny Aspinall's wrestling and outpoint him, though he doesn't expect it to be an exciting fight. Ultimately, Hooper predicts another win for John Jones.
I mean, John's he's on the way out. I still think he gets it done, though. He's just so savvy, and I think he'll be able to maybe deny the wrestling. And honestly just kind of outpoint him. I don't think it'll be a super fun fight, but I think it'll be another win for John Jones.
Jai Herbert, though biased as an Englishman, praised Tom Aspinall's speed, strength, and grappling. He highlighted Aspinall's excellent wrestling defense and strong hands, confidently picking him to win.
Saying Aspinall, man. I'm biased obviously because he's from England, isn't he? But I'm saying Aspinall, man. He's like, I think he's the speed in that for a heavyweight. He's just rapid, man, and yeah, he's just so quick for a heavyweight in his hands and that and everything. He's like a real big heavyweight as well. You know what I mean? Strong. He's got good grappling. His wrestling defense is real good as well. So I'm saying Tom Aspinall, man.
Christian Rodriguez recognized John Jones as one of the greatest, but believes the fight with Tom Aspinall is tough. He suggested Jones might be avoiding it, not just for money, but due to a deeper reason.
Jones is still, I think, one of the greatest fighters ever. I mean, what he did to Stipe, it's definitely a tough fight. It's I think Jones is kind of avoiding it for a reason. I think obviously he wants more money, but I think there's a reason why he's also trying to avoid it.
Luis Garule described John Jones as a crafty fighter, believing he will ultimately win the fight. He thinks Jones is using the delay to stir up hype and secure a bigger payday. Garule predicts that Jones will win and solidify his legacy as the greatest of his weight class.
John Jones is crafty, dude. I think I still give it to John Jones. He, all of his, delaying the fight, getting people all riled up about this fight. He's going to end up getting paid, and I think he still takes it and he goes down as like the GOAT of that weight class.
Gerald Mearshart favored Tom Aspinall, highlighting his size, explosiveness, and grappling skills. He pointed out that Aspinall's background and heavyweight build could present significant challenges for Jon Jones, especially with his reach and strength.
Honestly, I'm gonna have to go with Aspinall on that one. Like, he's just a very large human being. Now, I wouldn't be absolutely shocked if Jon Jones won, but Aspinall is just so big. You know what I mean? Like, that's a guy who grew up and is a true heavyweight. Like, it's just a bigger scale of human being. It's not to say that, you know, Jones isn't used to dealing with that necessarily, but I don't know that he's fought anybody at, you know, especially heavyweight with that same kind of reach. And like, I think, like, I didn't know this at first, but I know Aspinall, he was better at grappling first. I think his dad was like one of the first black belts in the UK or something like that. So he's also a very legit grappler and really good with like the ground in general. I don't know if he out wrestles him necessarily, but you get a guy that big and explosive, like football tackling you, I don't know how you're going to stop that.
So what are your thoughts on this? Share your thoughts in the comment section and make sure to subscribe and like if you enjoyed the video.